Hello and welcome. My name is Mrinal and this is ChurnX, a Churn Risk Intelligence System or CRIS. In most businesses today, customer success tools are rich in dashboards and metrics and numbers. They show you what is happening, for example, usage, tickets, engagement, adoption, etc. But they stop short of telling you what it actually means in totality. What's missing is intelligence, the ability to connect subtle signals, interpret behavior, and surface risks before it manifests itself in the form of a customer's churn. That gap is exactly why churnX exists. churnX is not just another dashboard. It is an intelligence layer, an expert set of eyes that detects early, often invisible signals of churn. Because churn rarely happens suddenly, because it builds quietly through small behavioral shifts that are easy to miss but critical to understand, we need a platform, churnX. So let's see it in action. In this demo, we are looking at Brightwave Incorporated with key signals like usage, support, engagement, and adoption. What we have here in the background is about 6 months worth of behavioral data or signals of Brightwave Incorporated. And through this demo, we are going to introduce subtle changes in the behavior, replicating a scenario where things have changed in the last few weeks or 30 days. And then we will have churnX analyze the changed signals and tell us what insights it can gather from the analysis. So let's begin. Let's say we have a scenario where things are moving normally and in the last 30 days not much changes have happened, rather things are stable. In such a situation, all the signals are unchanged. And if we analyze the risk, we can see churnX has correctly identified that currently this customer, Brightwave Incorporated, is at a low risk of churn. Additionally, it produces a score, risk themes, customer insights, and root cause and observations, which we will see in greater detail in other scenarios. So let's introduce subtle changes. Suppose we introduce slight drops in usage and engagement. For example, daily usage moves from 5 to 4. Monthly usage also similarly goes down. And we also introduce some reduction in champion engagement. Other signals like support request, executing engagement, and feature adoption, let's say they are at their normal values. Now if we analyze the risk, churnX has correctly identified that there is an emerging risk, a medium risk, by connecting patterns across signals, not just looking at them in isolation. For example, in this scenario, churnX sees Brightwave at medium risk of churn. It produces a churn risk score, which indicates a caution zone, kind of like watch carefully, observe, and follow. It produces churn themes or risk themes like declining product usage, engagement erosion, which we know from the previous screen that those are the signals we changed. And beyond that, it produces detailed customer insights and root cause and observations with proper metrics and deltas in terms of how much change has happened over the last 30 days compared to the previous 5 months. And this is very valuable in having a great insight into what behavioral changes that we must follow and observe through for this customer and watch for. Now let's introduce some greater changes which will show worsening conditions. Let's say the daily usage goes from the median to a very low value, 2. Monthly usage goes to somewhat similar range. Let's say we also increase the support request. By the way, for support request, higher means negative, whereas for the other signals, lower means negative. For champion engagement, we also replicate a deeper problem. And let's say we keep the other signals as is. If we analyze the risk in this scenario, churnX has again predicted correctly that this particular customer, Brightwave Incorporated, is now at a high risk of churn. It produces a visible number in addition to the visible label of 75, which indicates high risk zone, and it detects the risk themes, which are declining product usage, support friction, and engagement erosion. Now, in this scenario, which is a controlled demo environment, we know that these changes have happened. But in a live scenario where things are moving very slowly over a period of 30 days, these signals are very hard to detect. And that is where churnX becomes so valuable. In addition to the risk labels, score, and themes, churnX has produced detailed insights and root cause observations which are invaluable for the customer success team to predict and prevent churn of this particular customer. This is why churnX, a CRIS, Churn Risk Intelligence System, is so valuable. It helps you see what others miss, understand what matters, and act before it's too late. By the way, this is just the beginning. churnX is designed as an intelligence foundation for a broader set of customer intelligence tools, one that will evolve to drive retention, adoption, growth, and stronger customer relationships. If you've ever felt that your current tools show you data but don't actually tell you the complete story, or don't truly help you understand your customers' churn behavior, then churnX is built for you. I hope you found this demonstration valuable, and if you are interested in seeing churnX on your own, all you have to do is to go to vasu.tech, our website, navigate to one of these buttons which take you to the churnX 5-minute demo or the solution page itself, and scroll to the section which says Experience churnX. Here you can find the downloadable demo prototypes for both Mac and Windows platform, along with the instructions for both of them. Once you follow the instructions, which are very easy to follow, no setup required, just download, open, explore, grant a few permissions, and run. In 5 minutes, you will have the end-to-end experience. You will be able to see churnX in action. I hope this demonstration was helpful for you to understand what churnX is, what it does differently, and why is it so valuable. Thank you for your time, and see you soon.